1 year ago, a gnome decided to start a podcast.
Oh, that was a great tweet back to the Blue Recluse. Wait, Razzlecast. I like that.
A gnome decided to register a domain.
Razzlecast.com.
A gnome decided to talk.
Me.
A gnome decided to start Razzlecast. And a gnome decided to start the Gnome Train.
Oh, let's put this sound effect here. This is Frazzlecast, a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. We're recording live from a tavern. Each week we are joined by awesome people from around Azeroth and beyond. This is episode 61, and we are joined by Lady Emma and Allie.
Hola, everyone.
Hello.
This is now our second year of podcasting, and this podcast started with a tweet. We recorded episode 1 on June 29th, but I say that this is the start, and the first episode was officially released on July 1st. But again, June 28th, that's our anniversary and our birthday, so we're 1 year old!
Woot! And I crashed it from the very first time, and Frazzly hasn't been able to get rid of me since.
Yep, always need those lock cookies.
Yeah, they're slightly addictive once you have one.
Don't forget to eat my luck cookies. Apparently they're gold and free.
And Epic Insanity, what time is it?
It's time to go around the table.
That is a new bumper by Epic Insanity of Frozen Nerds. So check them out at Frozen Nerds and also on Fiverr.com, so it's Epic Insanity. So what have we been up to recently? Let's start with Allie.
Well, as a lot of us know, the Mage Tower is now up all the time.
Yes.
So I've been trying really hard for that because I got it on my Holy Priest, but not my DK or my Shadow Priest or my Rogue who's under here.
Congrats.
So.
Well, which one's your main?
Well, I kind of go 50-50 between my Priest and my DK, depending on what my guild needs between healing and tanking. But my Priest is like my main. So getting my Holy Priest weapon was a big deal for me. And it was awesome. And I got that before the change, before the new weapon stuff. So
nice.
I love that.
I tried the Mage Tower before the changes, and I wasn't able, I think I'd gone down 4%. Now I get, I have 10% left. So I like the change. I'm close.
It's awesome seeing everyone starting to get it. It's just so great to see everyone's triumphs and everyone's so excited. And I think it's a great way to give everyone a chance one more time to get it before it's over.
Absolutely. And especially with the empowered artifact, I've been seeing a lot of teams both doing mythic raiding much better and with the Mage Tower.
Yes.
All it needs is that little push for us.
I still got to go in and try the Mage Tower. I was going to try and I saw on All Things Azeroth that FanDef said your first attempt every day is free. I was like, I have no excuse other than I didn't do it.
Well, you should go do it because now it's even easier.
I know. Oh, shiny over there. I'm going to go over that way. It's that. I'm doing Midsummer. I'm leveling up my alt.
Well, plus,
I still have 3 things left to collect from the Midsummer's one.
Yeah, I still need to do more Midsummer.
It's fun, though, because I like Midsummer because you can listen to podcasts. There's this fun podcast I found called Dungeon Fables. Have you heard of it?
No?
Maybe.
It's a really cool podcast. Goes through the history of dungeons and WoW. The last one was Ragefire Chasm, and they have a person named Allie. I should get them on the show at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, I'm here.
Oh, hey, Allie. Wow, look at that. What a coincidence.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So how has it been starting a podcast?
Crazy. It's been awesome. I've been listening to podcasts for almost as long as I've been playing WoW. I've always had this idea of wanting to do one, but not thinking I could ever do it. And then I got a chance to guest on World of Warcast a couple months ago and realized that I loved it, kind of got the itch, and eventually ended up making Dungeon Fables because I love dungeons. I've always loved when podcasts do game sounds, game music, that kind of thing. It makes, driving, taking the dogs for a walk, cleaning, whatever you do, listening to podcasts. Yes. Those are actually my favorite sounds to make, the more ones. And this week I'm working on Wailing Caverns, which has a Murloc at the end. And I'm so excited I get to do another Murloc sound.
Yay!
Are you going to look at the Pep Battle version as well?
I might. I've never done it myself. I have a friend that has, so I might try to get, their 2 cents on it and put that in there. I definitely am going to add that. But it's just, a fun little short, lighthearted podcast. It never goes over, 20, 30 minutes. But it's been fun and it's thrilling and scary and overwhelming. But when you actually start getting listeners and people who actually reach out and say they enjoy what you're doing, it makes it all worth it. And it makes you want to do more. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. And it's been amazing for me to think about the past year of even this show and just the people I've met. I think I either met you on the Liking Balls Discord or somewhere, but it's the encouragement of people who said, hey, I listened to this. And I had somebody last night saying that they mentioned something that I said on another show. It's like, wow, people are actually listening. And it's fun.
It's fun. It's mind-blowing. I've gotten a couple of reviews on iTunes, and every time I get one, it just blows my mind that's happening, that people care enough to take that time to review it like that. There's just been no words, and it's been a really fun ride so far, and I look forward to doing more.
And I can't wait to listen to more. I've got you auto-queued on Castro. That's my favorite iOS app, because what's cool is I can queue the ones that I always want to listen to, and then I can add ones from my inbox. So it's like a fun mix of that, because I listen to a variety of podcasts, but I have Dungeon Fables as one because I love the lore dungeon, and I learned some stuff from what you were saying. I was like, that's cool. I never knew about that.
I've learned stuff. I learned a lot, actually, because everyone's so busy talking about loot and strategies and stuff. You forget why the dungeon's there.
Yeah.
Why those bosses are there. And there's actually a story. If you just even look at the adventure guide, I never read the adventure guide, but it's actually have a lot of information in there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, if I understand right, they're trying to make the adventure guide useful for finding loot in BFA for that reason, of people also finding the lore. Because when I've done quests in the different dungeons, I'm like, wow. And when you talk about how the cultists were trying to invade Orgrimmar, I was like, wow, that gives it more depth than just a cave full of people.
Exactly. There's a reason that most of them are there.
I also thought it was cool, the Siege of Orgrimmar backstory, and how they might have retconned or they might have known from the beginning, but it's fun to see what they're thinking. Anyhow, all the small details. So yeah, definitely check out Dungeon Fables, because Allie is doing an amazing job, and I'm really enjoying it.
Well, thanks. And thanks for all of your support. It's great. Podcasters are such a great community and such a positive community to be a part of. So that encouragement is really introducing me to that, and you have been great. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm actually speechless, because I'm only trying to give back what so many people have given to me. I've talked with Jules and Pat, Madros, so many different people I've talked to, how do you do this? Or what's the best way to go around doing this? And they give me so much help, and they still continue to give me so much help. So I love seeing people podcast. And I was actually at a podcast meetup thinking wow, I actually know more than I realized. It's just experience. It's just
the podcast community is amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm not one of those people. I'm not a hoster, but I like to be guests. And I've been on a guest on so many different podcasts. All the people have been so nice and generous, and they love to give you tips and helpful hints. It's like, hey, well, why don't you try this? Maybe you should do this.
And I was talking with somebody recently that I was afraid to talk to, and they said, hey, I'm just like you. And I was like, wow, because I have been afraid to talk with them. And in fact, they're going to be a guest on an upcoming episode. So I'm like, wow.
Oh, I'm curious who it is now.
Oh, I like to keep some surprises. It's
I know.
Not even a teaser or something? Come on.
I thought he was giving us a teaser.
Okay. Well, it'll be a little epic and a little insane. And that's all I'll say.
Oh, I wonder who.
I wonder too. Kind of like I'm going to be going to Australia in a couple weeks. And
you're going to Australia in a couple weeks?
Well, I'm
Where have I been?
going to Australia. The show's going to Australia, but I'm not.
Oh, I think I know who then.
Yeah, I think you know both of them, because I've got 2 different guests from Australia.
Oh.
And Allie, I saw you got to meet a content creator and make their day.
I did. Christy Golden, who wrote Before the Storm, which recently came out, was at Denver Comic Con, which is where I live. So I actually got to go and have her sign the book for me.
That's awesome.
She's so, I mean, when you look at her and you read her tweets, you want to think she's genuine and real and cool. And she actually really is. Like I gushed for a minute and told her how grateful I am that she is working at Blizzard and how excited I am. And she took a minute and told me how excited she is too. And she was very real and kind and caring and genuine. And it makes me appreciate the book and her work even more to see that she is who you think she is.
That's what the tweets have seemed to me. And I'm glad to know that comes through in real life.
Yeah. And I mean, some people, when they go to sign your stuff, like you could tell they don't want to be there or whatever. She wanted to be there. Like she was there to meet her fans. And it was really cool.
I've read one of her tweets about how, she would love to tell us what's going on in the game, but she doesn't want to get in trouble because she really likes working for World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So please stop asking her stuff.
Yes.
The only question I was asking her was, does Andrew prefer coffee and tea? And actually it sparked a small little debate that I think he would prefer tea.
I can see him being about the tea.
I can see him
wrong.
being about the tea.
But yes, he would choose the tea.
You totally choose the tea.
I would go to the coffee, but you all know me.
Hey, I like my coffee, but he's a tea person.
I realize that's one of the things I love about like things like Combo for the Storm is the creators work day in, day out, either novelists or even just podcasters. And it's fun when they get to meet the people that they work for. So it's cool that Christy has an outlet to meet their fans and meet the people they're reading what they make.
Yeah, she was great.
Outside of that, you've been working on Mage Tower.
Last minute, I've been really busy this expansion. Blizzard's done such a great job keeping us busy that usually at the end of the expansion, that's when I go give some love to my Steam library, which is ginormous and growing. But
especially with that summer Steam sale.
I haven't looked at it yet because I know I'll be really bad and buy lots of things that I shouldn't be buying because I have so many games already waiting for me. But Blizzard, curse them, actually put out a good expansion that I want to play, and there's still stuff I want to do in it before the next expansion. So I've been just busy doing little things like Mount Runs, still trying to get Invincible and working on alts and everything like that. So curse you, Blizzard, but I love you.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go into beta, and I'm like, there's so much to do in live. And I'm like, oh, I got this cool beta good from Dark Moon Herald, and I've not played it. I'm sorry, Dark Moon.
You got time still.
Yeah, I've got maybe about a few weeks. Lady Emma, what have you been up to?
I've been up to so much. So I've been trying to do all my pet battle, familiars, family stuff because I have to wait for the individual world quests. So I still haven't quite finished that. I have been raiding with my raid team. I'm not an everyday raider anymore due to the fact that they're trying to push more towards progression. And they can't do progression with some of us. My skill level probably isn't up to what they want. Basically, Wednesday is they're going to push everyone to see how far we can go, and then Mondays is where the ones that they think is up to the level will push forward on to kind of make it a little bit fair for everyone. And then hopefully they can help push the other people closer to the end. Because apparently this expansion didn't go the way they want. I pre-downloaded when I saw it Pokemon Quest. So when it came out yesterday, it was already on my phone. I had been playing it, and it's pretty easy. I do kind of like the auto where I just have to click auto and it does it for me, and I just have to make sure they stay alive. So I've been doing that. I've been just super busy, and then I've been taking care of my cat. My cat's been sick.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah,
it's old age. Like, the vet's probably doing everything he can do just to make her comfortable. He doesn't want to put her down because it's like she still has so much life in her. But I feel like there's so much medication on this cat. I feel so bad. So right now we're fighting with medication. And earlier people I heard that I'm accident prone. So, since February I broke my toe. Now I've hurt my wrist.
Ow.
Yeah, I just can't get a break, or maybe I do get a break and I don't want that. Yeah, and then I've been getting ready for my dad to come in town because my dad lives in Australia, so he's in town for 2 months.
Oh, very cool. So,
fun.
Yeah.
So while he's here, I'll be over in Australia. Wink, wink.
Yes. Oh, and I have my mom's cat wherever he is.
It'll like jump at you at the last second and be like, ah!
Well, he's stolen Jinx's favorite spot, which is on top of the highest scratching post. I have a 6 feet tall scratching post, so there's a little bed up there. So that's his favorite spot when he stays with me.
It's amazing how cats like to be at your level or above you. Like I've got one cat that always likes to be on my desk because it's like, I don't want to be on the floor. I want to be at your level. I'm like, but you're on my desk. You're messing with my stuff. It's like, get down.
Yeah, Jinx sits on my desk and his tail just whacks everything off. So,
well, the question is, are they less accident prone than you?
Jinx is not very graceful, and Neko usually has scratches underneath her chin from Jinx attacking her.
Oh,
ow!
Yeah, it's a chronic thing. So I always feel like Jinx gets in trouble a lot. He's 5 years old and wants to play. And Kuma is more Jinx's age, so they play, thank God, and is leaving Neko alone. But Neko's like 18-year-old grumpy little kitty. Is that actually Neko?
Yes.
Okay, so that is what my cat apparently sounds like.
Skills, Presley, skills.
All right, with Neko, she is a growly cat. That's what she does 90% of the time. That's who she is. But that's all she does. Yeah, and she's been like that since she was a kitten. She doesn't really claw, she doesn't bite, she just growls, which is great because giving her all this medicine, if it was like a vicious cat, I would probably lose an arm by now. She did learn, because I'm giving her liquids, she learned how to spit out her medicine.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
See, the pills, she was already doing that. Now she's like foaming up the mouth and trying to spit out as much medicine that I put in her mouth. And this medicine that I give her smells horrible, and it's yellow and it stains. So next thing you know, she's foaming at the mouth with this orangey yellow stuff as she's trying to get it out. And I'm like, no, stop, Neko, stop. Doing Midsummer Festival stuff. Oh, and driving. Oh, yeah, everyone, if you live in Vancouver, BC, I would advise you to stay off the roads now. This is your warning. Yeah, I haven't really got into an accident yet, almost. But yet. Hey, I apparently have 5 years of safe driving.
That's good.
Hooray! Good job.
Because I keep getting my learners and never drive.
That's one way to do it. I mean, hey.
It counts, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
Really.
Yep. And if I kept on doing it, I could have 10 years safe driving by now. But a couple years I didn't renew it. But so I have 5 years of safe driving. Go me.
That's cool. I'll drive into what I've been doing. I bought the race change token for Thunder because of the game services discount. I was like, Thunder will become a Coltiran. I always want to call it Kirin Tor.
Are you going to be like one of the thin ones? Or are you going to be like one of the like more, meaty looking ones?
I think I'm going to be the one with like the pot belly because that one looks really cool.
Nice.
So how much was the race change?
That one was like $18.25 United States dollars. I don't know Canadian. Maybe like $50 Canadian.
Yeah, I've procrastinating. I want to do a race change for my mage.
And I'm still going to have to do the Coltiran from 20 to 120 to get the transmog armor, but I figured, hey, I was already planning on getting it for Thunder, so why not?
Yeah.
And then I've done some Mid-Fire Festival on both Frasley, but then somebody had the great idea. I think it was Allie last week had the great idea about doing it on an alt to level up. I was like, oh, I never thought about doing that. I'm working on the achievements, and Thunder is actually now 81. So it's got me 2 levels. I'm over in Kalimdor on the achievements, but I'm in Pandaria now for Thunder, and I love that we can fly now in Pandaria. It's like, I love that I don't have to wait till 90 to fly there, because then it makes it so much easier. And show-wise, got a new banner behind me just to kind of spruce up the set. So it was actually came out better than I thought.
I thought he was saying he had a new pastry.
Oh, yes. Which actually would have been pretty cool.
No, I want a pastry.
And then he was like, yeah, I'm going to hang it up. And I'm like, but it's going to go bad.
It actually would be pretty cool to have a pastry with the logo. Next year, year 2.
Year 2, I will try and work on my lock cookies with the logo on it.
Awesome. Yes. The gear sale was so good. I bought this I Survived Hellscream shirt, and I accidentally bought 2 of them.
Oh.
Hey, it's great. I like the shirt, and I figured one's gonna fade out, or I can wear them twice in a week, and no one will ever know. I'll just wonder if I got BO, but other than that, the price of it was like, I didn't question the price because I was thinking, hey, this seems pretty good, and it was because I showed up with 2 of them.
There was one thing I wanted, but I couldn't. It was like $5, but the shipping, that's where I'm like, it's not worth it for $5.
And isn't the shipping to Canada, you have to pay a lot more than even just the United States?
Yep. And then we have to pay duty on top of that.
Which is strange because they have the EU store, but Canada is not part of the EU.
No.
Maybe they'll add a distribution center to Canada soon, because I know a lot of WoW people in Canada. It's like, it's not, hey, Fist, I know your next job. You can work for Blizzard in their operations center and build a warehouse over in Canada.
Yeah.
But that's too far away from Ian for her liking. So
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Absolutely.
Yeah, apparently there was at one point where you could prepay the duty, which would be a lot cheaper than dealing with a company. So if you're doing a gift for someone, they wouldn't have to pay anything, and then Blizzard took it away.
Was that when they changed the gear store to a different company?
Maybe. I don't know. But it made me sad.
And yeah, it makes me sad too. Someone was saying, why can't international shipping be much cheaper? With our global society, with all the stuff we can do, it should be much easier. I don't know. But you know what? I do know that happened last week. Well, actually, no, this week. What happened this week was that the Artifact Retirement Quest is now available.
Yay!
And by doing that, you get max concordance and artifact level, like all traits unlocked and everything. The only issue in game is that your artifact's unstable. So it's like, it makes me sad because at some point it's probably just going to explode and I will get like a little stick. We'll be fighting the horde with sticks, like,
But on the good note, you can now sell your AP for gold.
Yes. They hot fixed that, I think, Wednesday, and they're venerable for gold. I think the highest one is 1 to 200 gold, which, hey, for these AP tokens you get after every dungeon, that's a good bit of gold.
Yeah.
And they said that it's currently at 126, but it may increase over time as we get closer to the pre-patch. And WoW had said that's the perfect time to complete the Mage Tower, which is also now up. We'll get to that in 1 second. Before we move on, I just want to bring up one point. With the Empowered Artifact, the effect, and it's been seen on Twitter, is causing people with epilepsy or are prone to seizures to have some very, very horrific reactions. Blizzard has said that they are looking into it, and they said they're trying to understand what's going on. There is a macro and add-on now to disable the effect. The add-on is by Adam, who makes DBM, and it disables the effect and also fixes Underlight Angler, because that one is currently showing as like it's maxed out, but apparently you can't up the traits or something like that, because WoW had said that it's just cosmetic for that one. Definitely check out the add-on in the macro. That will be in the show notes, but it's also on the Twitter for DBM, and I think Wowhead has posted it. Just something to be very mindful of, because someone opened up their artifact and they blacked out. It's very serious, and the good thing is Blizzard said they are looking into it. They're trying to understand what's going on so they can prevent this in the future.
Which is too bad, because it's the effect. Like when you see that UI and the animation, it looks awesome and it feels epic and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
But I didn't even consider the fact that it would do that to someone with epilepsy. It's sad, but good on Blizzard that they're trying to get to the bottom of it and trying to fix it.
And I'm at the effect looked amazing, but yeah, as soon as I saw that on Twitter, I was like, yeah, it is kind of shocking. And some even said that they aren't prone and they were getting disoriented. I realized we haven't seen those warnings. Do you remember you used to see warnings before starting a game, like warning if you're prone to epilepsy or seizures, to be careful with this game?
WoW hasn't had anything, seizure inducing for a long time that I'm aware of.
I'm trying to think of anything that was
Yeah.
seizure inducing. They've been pretty good and careful.
And this is when I know Blizzard's going to correct, because they're all about making the game as accessible as they can, as many people as they can. On a better note, patch 8.0.1 is now in the background downloader. So about 15 gigabytes.
Big.
Yes. And what's amazing about that is that means 8.1 is probably done, or they could probably add in fixes if they have anything that they find before pre-patch.
Which means the end is coming soon.
Yes.
This makes me sad because I'm not ready.
Well, I think, according to a blue post I saw, kind of going back to the artifact level upgrades, it's currently 126. I saw a blue post that hinted that next week it might be 127, and then the week after it might be 128. So I think we still have 2 to 3 weeks, maybe?
Which is good, because there's still stuff I want to do. And again, I want to try the Mage Tower. The only thing is I want to have time to get in and do the pre-patch, because one of the weeks the pre-patch is slated to be out is when I'm going to be gone in Australia. So I need to be able to have time to play the game. And the end is coming to something else as well. On July 11th, the mobile armory app will be discontinued. This was quite a shock, because I remember when it was introduced, I remember paying the $2 per month for it.
Oh, I never paid into it.
Yeah, I never paid either.
Yeah, when it was first there and smartphones were still kind of new, it was one you could pay extra money to get access to, and it would give you access to remote auction house and stuff like that. And then they made it part of the subscription.
Yeah, they did it also for guild chat. You had to pay, and then every once in a while they would do a freebie so people could try it out.
What's amazing about the app is it is kind of a relic of a different time, because the app, whenever you would leave it, would reload. And if you think about it, when's the last time we had to reload an app when we went back to it? Because all these apps, background download. I mean, I remember when Facebook, we would open Facebook, every time it'd be like a minute while it's downloading everything. And you just go there and oh, it's automatic on your latest feeds. And sometimes it's like, you just open the app and it's like, wow, how fast did it get this stuff here? And they're going to roll a lot of this stuff into the Legion Companion app, and they're going to call it the WoW Companion app. I don't think auction houses are going to come back. I think that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Did either of you use the mobile app recently?
Just to check on stuff, like what achievements I have. But I noticed when it's like one that was cross account, it never says that I've completed it and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, the only WoW app I've used recently was the Legion Companion app, which I believe they'll be doing for this new companion app. They'll be doing the new BFA missions and stuff on there as well. So that works for me.
The last time I used the app was I was doing auction houses and pulling down things, because I would try the character's armory, but that would go down sometimes, or it'd be slow to load, or I would just be in the Legion app, go back to the one, and when you flip between the two, they're like, hey, you're logged in right now. We can't do anything. So then I would leave, and then I would come back an hour later oh, yeah, I was trying to do this thing in this app. WoW Armory, thank you for all that you've done, and we will miss you. But I'm excited to see what we get with the companion app. And the Mage Tower is now always active. So, Allie, you've gone in recently on the Mage Tower?
Yes, not since the new weapon increase. I did it last weekend when it was up for, the 3 days, and tried on my blood DK, and I got so close, and I really want to get it. So I think now with the new weapon increase, I should be able to get it. And I think a lot of people should go give it a shot, because that's definitely going to help.
You'll definitely be able to get it in one shot then.
I think so. I was so close. And same thing with my Shadow Priest as well. I really want to get on my Rogue for Outlaw, very much so. It's killing me. My Rogue is my gamer namesake. That's how I got the name Allie, because her name's Alejandras. Not having it on her hurts, but she's only item level 900. So I'm hoping I can get her up high enough to do it. We'll see. I'm going to be cutting it close.
I have faith.
Yeah, I got faith in you too.
Does. Oh, thanks, guys.
I was a little nervous seeing people that I know who are pretty well geared telling me that they're having issues. I'm like, I'm only 932.
Have you tried since the new weapon change, though?
No, I kept meaning to, and then Midsummer. I was actually watching Eric Gouder Game of the Week, so I was distracted watching them play Sea of Thieves. But no, I need to go in and try it because we don't have too long. I mean, it's going to be up till pre-patch. We were wondering if it was going to be until BFA, but nope, Blizzard has confirmed pre-patch, it goes away.
Bring your pots and your flasks and your food, and you're going to get it.
Okay. And especially because, like I said earlier, Fandoth of All Things Azeroth has said that they've been getting their first attempt at the Mage Tower free each day. So I'm like, I'm not going to be out any nether shards if I try at least once.
Yeah. I'm still trying to collect nether shards for the toy.
Me too. I'm working on that one.
I've been procrastinating on that one.
I got that one a long time ago, thankfully. But then I used all of my shards on my priest for the holy artifact because healing mage towers are a pain in the butt. So she is out of shards right now.
I'm trying to convince my boyfriend to do the mage tower for me. It's not going so well.
You can do it yourself. You got this.
Yeah, you got this. We believe in you.
Exactly. We believe in you. You're fine.
I have the thing where it's like panic mode, like you're so close, and then you panic and you mess up. I'm one of those people.
This is a wee bit trickier than before. Oh, bloody incoming!
Bronzebeard's trying the Mage Tower right now, apparently. And Sylvanas just got upset. They were trying the Mage Tower as well. So, see, I mean, that's why I need to try it. But yeah, I've got faith in both of you. You can do it. And I will.
You can too.
Yes, I will try it. But Forbes had an interview with Ian. So I think Fist will find this exciting. They had said that the top-end Azerite armor is going to be available from different sources, like World Quest emissary boxes, but they won't be getting it from random World Quests. And that you won't get it from the end of a Mythic Plus, but you will get it from the Mythic Plus weekly cache, and the eye level will be determined by the highest Mythic Plus you complete. So it's kind of cool that they're giving ways, not just rating. And I think I was hearing Pat on BNN was saying that Blizzard is trying to put less of a focus on just getting it from rating, that they want to make it where you can be in different things. They were even saying PvP will get you high-end Azerite gear.
That would be nice.
That's one thing I like is that Blizzard's giving choice. They're letting you say, hey, do you like rating? Have at it. We'll give you armor. Do you like doing World Quest? Have at it. We'll give you armor. Do you like PvP? Have at it. We'll give you armor.
And they've gotten better about that because they've always given us so many things we can do in game. But now they're actually making all those different ways equally rewarding.
Yeah.
So you can truly do what you want and still feel rewarded for it.
Because one of the experience of a raid is going into an encounter, going in with a group, being with that group, and keeping at a boss and finally defeating that boss. There is nothing like being in a raid team, but there's also nothing like being in PvP and taking down all that horde, or alliance if you're horde, but taking down all the horde and just having fun at that.
Well, also is nice that if you do PvP mode, you have a choice. You know, you get extra rewards because PvP is harder.
Yeah, because you're up against other players. You're not up against AI.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's I was doing the insane title for the blood, trying to get the blood buccaneers, and if you do it on a PvP server, the goblins are a lot easier to kill than a PvE server.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so if you don't mind being on a PvP server and there's someone not, camping you, do it on a PvP. They go down a hell of a lot faster.
Especially with war mode, you'll get better experience too, because to offset that one rogue that keeps wanting to kill me in PvP.
It's always the rogues.
Yes.
You ever notice that?
You're right.
Well, I just remember back in the day where I was like a little person questing, minding my own business, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this rogue comes and just stuns me. Like, it stays invisible and just stuns me. And I'm just like, what in the world? And then they come up and, just murder me. And they're like 15 levels higher than me. I'm like, this is not fair. But back in the day, I found guild communities were a little bit more tighter because it had the 40-man raid. So you need a lot more people. And as soon as they knew someone was being camped, they're like, hey, we're going to stop this. And your whole guild is like there.
Well, and with the upcoming communities feature, you'll be able to use that too. So you'll be able to have a community cross guild and I believe cross realm, just not cross faction. Yeah.
Can't wait.
And they're saying that will not be a replacement for Discord, but they want to complement what Discord did. They're kind of saying like, instead of saying, hey, download this app to do this thing, you can say, hey, we know you're not part of our Discord server, so we're going to do voice chat for this quest, so that way we can be with other players. It'll be kind of interesting with like pugs and stuff like that. But when it's not with pugs, I think it'll be a lot of fun. And they said classic WoW was inspired by AIM, IRC, and ICQ.
Really?
Yeah, because they were saying like that's what was popular at the time. I'm like, that makes sense because look at the chat box. It looks like AIM. I mean, it looks like IRC. Like you can do /me, those channel commands. I mean, Discord looks like Slack.
So I got another little furry thing.
Oh, very cool.
This is Kuma.
I didn't know Murlocs were furry.
This one is.
Oh, hi, Kuma.
Oh, furry Murloc.
And as you can tell, he's just very relaxed and friendly.
Yeah.
And I am holding him very awkwardly.
For the camera and all that. My cat would be out of my arms, but at that point, it'd be like, ah.
Are the cat lady? How many cats do you actually have in your home at this moment?
3.
Okay.
It's nothing compared to when I was growing up and I had
crazy.
16.
That's crazy.
Yes.
But we fostered for the SPCA.
See, that's, yeah. Well done. That's noble.
Yeah,
And
9 of them were mine.
We had 4 cats at one point. 2 of the cats fought for dominance. We still have the blood on the wall.
You should watch that.
Have you tried washing blood off a wall? It is very difficult.
I'll have blood on my walls often, Presley. Do you?
I'll never tell. But Ian did confirm that the following content is not changing in BFA. So, Chromie Scenario, Argus Rares, Class Mounts, and Hidden Artifact Appearances are not going away, which is great. Because
Yay!
I'm still working on my Chromie Scenario, and I need to be a Time Lord, so I was hoping that wouldn't go away.
Same. I've been meaning to do it, and then I try, and then something distracts me. Usually the Argent Tourney.
Yeah.
Because I'm still collecting stuff from there.
It gets easier once you get more talents. And I'm actually going to go in and try because...
Oh, yeah. With the new artifact. I should try it.
Because I could see it really being much easier right now.
Yeah.
But you better hurry because when the pre-patch hits, artifact weapons will lose their traits. Yep. And as you level up, the legendary effects will be disabled at 115. So you lose your artifacts and your legendaries.
I'm not ready for that yet. It hurts my soul.
I'm going to go cry now, Frasley. Why did you have to give me bad news?
I'm sorry. Oh, I've got some worse news too then. Unlike Legion, there will be no special boosting to level during the pre-patch.
I can live with that.
Okay, yeah. But they're very happy with 7.3.5.
Is the Legion invasion still going to happen in Broken Shores?
I would hope so. I have not seen anything that says that they won't.
Because that's basically my leveling boost right there.
Oh, it's the best way to level in Legion.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. I did most of my leveling like that.
And they did say that they're going to find ways to the items that they're looking for through the adventure journal. It was cool to see Ian talk about that, to look at the dungeon journal and say, hey, which boss gives me the Azurite armor that I want? And in the alley, that will be a way to bring out more lore of dungeons. I mean, I think that's... Yeah, it's a really cool thing. It sounds like it'll be easier to understand what is a better upgrade versus one other thing. That's one thing that I struggle with sometimes. Is something that looks good to me. So I was like, no, this is better.
That's why I like the add-on Pawn and Simcraft.
Yeah.
And once you've kind of get the base of it, it's super easy. And now I just see, oh, there's a green arrow. That's better. Yeah. Especially for my alts that I don't know what gear I really need on them.
I use Pawn. I need to try Simcraft, but yeah, I use Pawn and as upgrade, like, okay, here you go.
Mm-hmm. Simcraft just works with Pawn to make it a little bit more accurate of what talents and everything you have.
I was wondering about that. Let me write that down for my own notes.
Mm-hmm. But it's very daunting when you open it. It's like, what do I do?
Yeah, that's a lot of the add-ons that sometimes when you open it, like, what do you do? Like, still learning TSM.
What's TSM?
Trade Skill Master.
What's Trade Skill Master?
It's the best way to sell stuff on the auction house because it keeps track of all the things. And TSM 4 is coming out, which will make it a lot easier to use. So definitely check out TSM as well.
I might have to get that one because I use like Auctionator or something like that.
Yeah, I know people who use both. I've been finding good success with TSM, but I also need to work on my TSM groups. Sadly, the 200 friend limit is a Battle.net limitation. They said they hear the feedback, but they're kind of saying communities are where you should go. So sorry, look at my friends list that I'm almost 3/4 full. So I'm going to have to call a couple of friends. Sorry, which is something, hey, Blizzard Activision, you're kind of using Battle.net for Call of Duty and Destiny. I think you might want to put a little bit of development time to that. I know it's harder than it sounds, but yeah, that's going to become an issue because you have a lot of friends who don't play WoW, but they play Call of Duty.
Yeah. And I think they're just going to keep adding games on there, honestly. So it would be smart.
Yeah.
I would like them to have an option to hide games that you don't play.
Yeah, me too.
Or don't own.
If they keep adding games, I bet they'll do that.
I hope so, because right now, there's no point, because I won't play those games. They're not my style of game.
When they start adding all of the Cabela's games, it'll be hard to miss all those.
I play Destiny, and that's great. And I'm part of a great clan, and I want to add more of those people to my list. But Call of Duty, I have absolutely no desire to play at all. One bit. I mean, it's easy enough to ignore that one icon right now as like white noise. But when they do start adding more games in there, then it's going to be harder to ignore those.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be harder to know what to find. I mean, they're going to have to create their own search algorithm. I mean, Steam right now lets every game in it, no matter what the content is, and they have an issue with it. I mean, it's going to be interesting.
I have a hard time re-downloading or downloading a game on my Steam. Like, where is it? What game is this?
Yeah.
Is this the game I wanted to play?
Do I own this?
That reminds me, I was playing before I had WoW time again, The Night of the Rabbit, and it's actually a pretty awesome game.
I haven't heard that one. Did you get that one on the sale?
I did.
Nice.
It was in one of the bundle things. So there was another game that I wanted. I noticed that there was a couple more games I wanted in the bundle package, and this was one of them that I didn't know about. I've only played for the first little bit. The first little bit is you're a boy who wants to become a magician. And this, in my opinion, a very attractive bunny rabbit with mysterious kind of attraction kind of comes out of nowhere and gonna help you become like a magician.
Oh, very cool. I'm looking at it right now. It's a exploration.
Yeah, it's a point and click game, which is the games I like.
Very cool. Lose yourself in a tale of magic and wonder, where anything is possible and where nothing is quite as it seems. Join young Jerry and follow a peculiar white rabbit to the wondrous realm of the Matrix. No, of Mousewood, a land where critters can speak and where mystery abounds. We've been expecting you, Mr. Anderson.
I just got into the town, so that's all I know right at this point in time.
Okay.
But do the rabbits have sharp, pointy teeth?
I don't think it's a monthly python rabbit, so...
Not my game then. I need sharp, pointy teeth in my rabbits.
Well, that Dark Moon Fair, I found out that bunny rabbit shows up, I think, every 3 or 5 hours now.
Yeah, and they had a great idea. What you do with that is set up an alt there, and then you can just go back in every 3 hours. And like, I was on one and CTR was like, hey, rabbit's up. So I would just head over there every once in a while.
Yeah,
Smart.
I now have 2. I was going to give it to my best friend, and then I realized it has different skills level thingies. And I'm like, oh, I need that, just in case I need a different combination.
Ian has also dropped hints on the pre-patch content. Burning of Toadstool storyline will unfold over the course of a week or two, and the Battle for Lordaeron scenario will be available to players a week before BFA if they purchase BFA.
Ooh.
So that's interesting in the timing because there is some speculation on the pre-expansion patch launch date. So Wildhead has 3 dates that they're looking at: July 3rd, July 10th, and July 17th. They said on PTR there's an event that runs from 6/19 to 7/17. So they're saying that that could be the first event. So that would put us probably at the July 17th.
And that would give almost a full month before BFA drops. That's pretty good timing. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They also said Arena Summer Finals take place July 14th and 15th. And they said that they don't think Blizzard would probably drop something when a lot of streamers, casters, and players are heading to the finals, and even some of the Blizzard staff. So that they said that they're really shooting for this 17th. And I see that as well. And they said, look at it. We just got the Mage Tower. We just got the Artifact retirement. I think Blizzard would give us a little bit of extra time because once pre-patch hits, we will not have any content until BFA. They said that we may be getting a 2-tiered system, that we may be getting 1 bit of content, and then the story will progress to the next bit of content, and then finally BFA's launch. But yeah, I could see this being the time of like, hey, we're going to let you have fun. We're going to give you all the toys and bells and whistles. Just have at it. Just go for all the things you want before BFA and just have fun. And also, people are on summer break. I could see them being like, hey, let's just enjoy the summer break. Enjoy your July 4th. Because, yeah, I don't really see next week being it. Because I realize July 4th is on Wednesday. I don't think Blizzard's going to do that.
That would be mean.
I'm in Canada. Ours is, Canada is July 1st.
Yeah.
So mine's on Saturday.
So either way, it just shouldn't be that week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is too soon.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to be saying that until like it drops and then I'll be sad. I'm like, it's too soon.
Can't get my mage tower.
As long as I can get my rogue mage tower, I'll be happy.
Is that the one with the swords?
It's a rogue. I'm sure the sword's in there.
Probably daggers.
She's only item level 900. I don't know these things.
Okay, because Jill has a rogue who's going for one of the specs, and it is
yes, the outlaw. Yeah, she was talking about the outlaw rogue. They're amazing, and I need them in my life.
Especially like a pirate rogue. Could you imagine the
exactly?
Yeah, sniper. I don't want to say the name because it could be too easy to say the name wrong. So
they're rapiers.
There you go. There you go. There are certain words I just don't ever want to say. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Oh, I always see the joke with a therapist or something like that.
The rapist.
Yeah. Therapist broken up poorly is the rapist.
You remember Arrested Development, Tobias Junke, his profession? Anyway, I'll move us on. Hunters should really enjoy this next bit of news. There are 10 more Hunter pet stable slots added in BFA.
Yay! I still only take one slot because I don't know how to play Huntard. I am a Huntard.
I need to play my Hunter. I keep wanting to play it. I want to get all of the fun stuff with it.
Oh, and did you hear about how Huntards are no longer able to be Huntards in dungeons and raids and all that?
Yeah, because when you get in...
Growl's turned off.
Yes!
I've done it where I've gone into the dungeon and I didn't realize my growl was on. And someone had an add-on just that whispers you saying, hey, can you please turn off growl? And I didn't know it was at an add-on at the time. And I said, thank you. But yeah, no, it's really easy to keep growl on without thinking of it.
That's something I never experienced because I never played a Hunter, but I'm glad to know when I play Hunter, I'm not going to accidentally make the team mad.
Yep, so there's no more aspect of the days. There's no more growl issues, nothing.
So really, playing Hunter will be great. So see, I was waiting till it was the perfect class.
So now you just have misdirect constantly onto the healers.
Wait, you mean I get distracted? I already do that. Oh!
No, you misdirect the ad to the healers.
Oh!
And then the healers choose not to heal you because you did that.
It was a slip, I swear.
Yeah, I did not mean to do that.
But I think now it puts like a big giant red arrow on the person who you misdirect or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was one time as a rogue, I did like their darts, and I was going through a thing thinking that our group had pulled a thing. I was like, okay, I'll just use the little dart. Nope, I accidentally pulled a group of mobs ahead of us. Like, I was that one that pulled a mob. I'm sorry. Grouping is fun.
Good job.
Oh, thank you. I felt very accomplished that I was finally the one to pull things. And World Quest is changing in the next expansion.
Makes me sad.
I know, because it's like, I enjoyed being able to go into a World Quest and just click, hey, create group. Nope.
Yep.
Add-ons can no longer automatically create groups, even with the user pressing the button. Because I understood that change. I remember when they first did it, and people could automatically create groups. You walk into an area.
So nice.
And then I got used to hey, you're in this area, click this. Okay. And they said the title and description can only be manually filled out. So it sounds like you can copy and paste. So you know what? That could be fun. I could be like, hey, join the super awesome friends for the illegal Danish. If anybody gets that reference. Okay, that's machinima.
I want a Danish now. Does that help?
Yes.
I have French fries. I can give you some French fries. I'm slowly eating them. Sorry, people. It's my dinner.
And Emma has some great lock cookies.
Don't forget to eat my luck cookies. Apparently, they're golden free.
I forgot I had that on the soundboard.
I'm just filling up your soundboard, aren't I?
Yes.
Wow! No, there's so many changes that are happening.
Yeah. Add-ons can still search for groups, which is great. Oh, did you see a fun change that could be happening? So Wowhead was data mining Battle for Azeroth build 26926, and there's a texture. It's 180 days of game time plus.
Plus a mystery Nimbus cloud.
Yes!
I want a Nimbus cloud.
That would be fun. And you said like that'd be like a fun, like right around on a cloud, kind of like the fidget spinner that mages get.
Okay, so what's funny is in Pandaria, we got the red flying cloud. In my opinion, it's just a flying disc. So if we can actually fly on a cloud,
that would be cool.
And I will laugh if they call it something else. It's not a cloud, it's this.
Well, I've got a theory. Do you know what we're going to get instead? Did you see what
another Spokely pony?
No, even
no
better.
More horses.
It's not a horse. Did you see what Overwatch announced today?
No.
Hamster.
Yeah, hamster. So what we will get is either a little hamster pet, or we get the little mech thing that it's running around on.
Can you imagine a Tauren riding around on a little hamster?
That would be so cool. and like,
wouldn't it be kind of like the Tauren riding on a rat?
Yeah.
I have the rat mount.
So that's my theory, is that what if something's happening with Overwatch and you buy a hero, and if you buy 180 days game time, you get the hero in Overwatch and you get the mount in WoW.
But what if you don't have Overwatch?
Well, you can still buy it anyway. You know,
sometimes they'll just do the cross promotional stuff. Like if you log into WoW after Wrecking Ball comes out, then you'll get that mount. Like they do that kind of stuff all the time, so it's possible.
Yeah,
it's just my idea. I was thinking like maybe, or actually we get a Cloud, or Square Enix is acquired by Blizzard, and we see Cloud from Final Fantasy.
I was thinking of Final Fantasy. Ooh, maybe we can get a little companion pet.
Yeah, that'd be so little.
Of Cloud.
Yeah.
A little Cloud follows you around. That'll get my best friend back into the game.
That would be
a lot. It could like rain once in a while, or like lightning coming out of it. That could be the pet attacks.
And with weather effects coming back, what if the whole zone, if someone's there, it all starts going thunder, and I don't have thunder. There we go. But Blizzard also doesn't like clouds. So
doesn't Blizzard like clouds?
There was an article that Alessander brought up that from Flickstick, Blizzard might be banning cloud gaming services.
Oh, I thought you meant like weather clouds in game.
No, but they don't like people running WoW on a cloud computer. So they updated their EULA, and it says cloud computing. Use the platform, including a game, in connection with any unauthorized third-party cloud computing service, cloud gaming services, or any software or service designed to enable the unauthorized streaming or transmission of game content from a third-party server to any device. And they said Blizzard may suspend or revoke your license to use the platform or parts, components, and or single feature thereof if you violate or assist others in violating the license.
Will they give you a warning before they do it? Because that would be nice.
I would hope so.
Because sometimes people don't realize because they don't read the fine print. I don't read the fine print.
Because, I mean, cloud gaming as a PC has started to rise. Like, there are some cloud gaming PCs. I used OnLive a long time ago before Sony bought them. Now, what I'm unclear on, are they talking about you running the game on a third-party server, or are they even talking about things like Steam Link or Splashtop Desktop? Because that is using a third-party server and transmitting it to a device.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That came in tonight. One to watch out for. And I don't want anybody getting banned from WoW. Again, I used to do cloud gaming and stuff like that. Never installed it on the cloud server, but again, I did OnLive, so I enjoyed that.
I've never done a cloud thingy, and I never heard of it until now.
It was fun because then you didn't have to worry about your PC. They would give you an instance on their big data center server with like their amazing processor.
Okay, my boyfriend kind of does that with one of our computers. He uses it as a system for other people to use.
You might want to look at this article just to make sure he's not going to run afoul of anything.
Well, he doesn't run World of Warcraft or any gaming. It's strictly for projects.
Oh, okay. Okay, then you're good. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, with us looking into the cloud and into the future, it is also time to look into Kilrog's site.
Yay! Thank you for joining us to see what Kilrog's site for the upcoming events for July in World of Warcraft. The Dark Moon Fair will be starting July 1st to July 7th. And don't forget to get your Dark Moon Bunny, because he's up a little bit more. The Summer Fire Festival is still going on until July 5th, so if you haven't gotten everything you wanted, you still have time. At the last few days of the Summer Fire Festival on July 4th, there will be Fireworks Spectacular. The micro holidays this month is the Auction House Dance Party, starting July 22nd. It's where everyone shows off their moves, so come and join the fun. The Kirin Tor Tavern Crawl is up again on July 31st. This is a good event if you like to meet new people in game, or maybe even have a great RP event. Go see the sites around the world and look at the details that someone has put the time to make and you normally wouldn't notice. The weekly bonus events for July is World Quests, July 3rd to 9th, Time Walking Dungeon, Mists of Pandaria, July 10th to the 16th, Battleground from July 17th to the 23rd, and Legion Dungeons from July 24th to the 30th. And the very last day of July is Pet Battle, all the way into August 6th. So those are our wonderful events this month.
Lots of fun events, and especially add in Mage Tower, add in possible pre-patch. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a slow month. Like, there's no holidays, really.
Yeah, there's no major holidays. That's one thing I was noticing. I'm like, hey, I usually give you more details about the major holidays. There isn't any.
Which is good, though, because then there's more time to do stuff.
Exactly.
Well, and I will talk to our other announcer here. What time is it?
Let's look at what has been happening in the community.
Yes, let's do that. So, in the community, I forgot to mention this one on an earlier episode. There's another podcast that has started up called Slackers Studio. It is by my friends Scoon and Ed, and I have really been enjoying it. They describe it as, let me get my announcer voice,
A podcast from one group of slackers to another. Join us in the studio and crack open a beer as we discuss games, movies, beer, and fun. Laziness takes effort. Slacking takes time.
Very nice.
I've had a chance to listen to a few episodes, and I'm going to listen to more. But it's about, like, again, games, beer, WoW, and I've really been enjoying it. I've been, like, talking with Scoon and Ed about some different things, and like learning who they are. And even Scoon's been on an episode of the Frost Report, so it's really cool. And I've really been enjoying what they've been doing. Allie, I think you've been listening as well.
I love them. We actually, I kind of know them from like years and years and years ago when we were both fans of a wonderful podcast called Taverncast.
Yes, I love Taverncast.
Oh, like that was like my first podcast ever was World of Warcast, which led me to Taverncast. And they like submitted a couple of videos for them, and they're great guys. Their podcast is amazing. You feel like it's just some friends hanging out.
Yeah.
Talking. Like they're great guys. They're funny as all get out with amazing accents. And I like them a lot. So you should definitely check it out.
Scoon sent me over a blooper for the Frost Report.
Hey you, stole my microphone! No, give it back! I said give it back, you dragon! I'll get you, I will. Right, sorry about that. We can confirm that the Titans have been working with us regarding these new autonomous mounts. We are working closely with them to verify that the autonomous mount do not operate as bots. They still require a user to initiate it and be behind the mount for input. A few testers were temporarily banned when our system encountered what it thought was botting activity, similar to how demon hunters in development were being flagged as hackers. We will continue to work closely with Titans to allow players an improvised version of Auto Run, one that will hopefully not cause them to run into trees, bushes and other things while on mounts and... Oh, Jesus, no, I'm going into Scottish now, Jesus. What happened there, Frasley? I was doing so well. And I fecked it up. I made it a real bollocks of it, and no, it was fucking shite. And I can just go, straight from Irish back into Scottish, just because, at the drop of a dime. And that's exactly how we live in Britain, we just change accents. And, I bollocks this recording up, but I thought you'd find this hilarious. All right.
It was hilarious.
Those dirty birds.
Scoon's great, and I'm actually maybe interviewing Scoon for another episode of Be Great Today on voice acting and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, definitely check them out. I just forgot to mention them on the show. Oh, and today's also somebody else's birthday. So I was listening to BNN last night on the way back from a work project, and oh wow, they were playing from their past years. That was hilarious. Oh, Pat has an amazing ability to music. Pat, you're awesome. But I found out that they started 7 years ago on June 28th, 2011. So, I mean, it's almost like, are we like brothers or no, he'd be my dad, but still, it was amazing that I decided to start the show when they decided to start their show 6 years later, last year. So yeah, definitely, Pat, great job on Convert to Raid. And I've loved seeing the episodes. Like, I love going to the live shows on Tuesday nights. That's a lot of fun. And so awesome job, Pat. Oh, Pat, I've got.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Rasley, you're missing the party hat.
Happy birthday!
I should have had party hats for this episode, though. Right.
You should have. I think my teenagers work.
Anyway, you have a little bit more time before the pre-patch to get your Violet Spellwing before it's gone. So Friendship Burb and Perky Pugs are still doing Violet Spellwing runs, and guilds are still doing as well. If you want your Violet Spellwing, now's the time, because, and pre-patch could be within weeks, could be within a week, probably not a week, but it's coming up soon.
I'm so glad Facepal helped me get mine.
Same for you and for me, Purple Bird.
And Facepal is an amazing, epic raid team in CTR.
I loved seeing them run. Like, it was amazing, like, seeing them go through all the strats. Like, I've enjoyed Echelon on the Converted. It was amazing seeing Echelon run a raid team.
Phenomenal. And, like, I would love to be on their raid team permanently, but I'm just not to their level.
Same. I'm with you.
You know what? If you ever need help, they're more than welcome to help. Like, they're the one who got me to understand Simcraft and Pawn because I never dealt with it before. And one of them was like, okay, well, this is what you do. And they didn't have to. Amazing team in CTR.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely check out CTR and Facepal and raid teams, because I've heard raid teams are opening up and getting ready for BFA. So, again, now's the time also to get ready, especially with the artifact.
Yeah, right now, a lot of raid teams are starting recruitment process to see, one, if your personality meshes with them, figure out what are you going to be playing for the next expansion, and kind of figure out what do they need in the team and all that. So there's a lot of raid teams out there that are just starting to do the recruiting, saying, hey, let's see if you're a match with us.
And while you're raiding, you can listen to a podcast or watch a video, because the Half Hill Report and Game of the Week have joined the weekly awesome family. But if you're raiding, please be watching and listening to your raid leader. Don't be watching the podcast.
I was just going to say, unless it's a farm boss where you don't really have to pay attention too much, no, being distracted is not easy.
No.
Or a good thing.
Well, being distracted is easy, but I know what you mean. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. My boyfriend, even when I play with him, it annoys the butt out of me. He does the Alt-Tab thing. He'll play multiple games at once.
Oh, I couldn't even play one game at once.
I heal and tank for my raids, so if I did that, people die.
My boyfriend still somehow gets like top DPS half the time.
I was trying to do a PvP one time, and I was with a group. I was like, hey, I'll listen to this podcast. Oh, that was like so hard, because I kept hearing like the podcast over here. I kept hearing the raid team over here. I was like, wait, are you talking to me? Yeah, we're talking to you. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm listening to the podcast. So I've never done that ever again.
When I'm fishing, I'll put on a TV show, and if I'm doing random world quests type thing that I'm not reading story, I'll be watching TV.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Watch YouTube. Again, I was doing Midsummer today, but yeah, not during raiding. There's certain activities that you should never be doing.
No, like I said, if it's on farm and you know what you're doing, and everyone in the raid team knows, and it's like a pushover, and no one's really talking, sure, why not? But other than that, have conversations with your guild or your team.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's like being at a table, and I'm guilty of this, and you're on your phone at a table with like friends and family. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm with two people in this game. We're here at the table.
Now with groups with rules is the phone is put away. Or there's actually one that you can do with your friends is all the phones are in the middle of the table. The first one to pick up their phone or even touch the phones, they pay everyone's bills.
I would probably end up paying everyone's bills. But you know what? Instead with that, I will move us to the outro.
It's already that time.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was a packed week, but yeah, we got to the end.
And it wasn't felled or corrupted, and it wasn't 5 hours long.
I know. It's like, and we didn't have audio repeating. We didn't have audio repeating. We didn't have audio repeating. We didn't have audio repeating.
Or, the thing that we were trying to use crash all the time.
Yes. Oh, that's why.
The trivia game was fun, though.
That was fun.
I still say we have to do trivia more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
I totally do trivia.
I have the trivia game. Before we leave, I'm going to do one question.
Okay. Let's do it.
One question.
Yes.
Dang it.
Random card. Whole bunch of random cards. All right. Okay. Frasley.
Yes.
What is the name of the human who helped Thrall escape from his imprisonment in Darnhole Keep?
I should know this one because we've done this on this show. Oh, I should know. Allie, I'll give that one to you.
I haven't done that one in so long.
I've answered this one before incorrectly before. Oh.
I always forget who it is because I always think it's Jaina because she looks very much like Jaina in the game.
It's like a Lorna?
No.
A sniper in Chatnos.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
Rooster said Taritha.
Rooster got the first name, but you have the last name too.
Oh, yeah, it was Taritha. You're right. Good call.
Sniper can come in and we can give it to both of them. If Sniper can come in with the last name. Let's see who comes in first. Okay. They both have Taritha.
Let's go first name.
Sniper, last name. Come on. Get on it.
They're 30 seconds delayed, so let's see who gets it first.
No.
Oh, no. It wasn't Blackmore. Didn't it start with an F?
Yep.
Feather Moon?
Nope. But it is some sort of animal-ish. Yep, that is correct. It's Threna Foxton.
Ah.
Okay. Allie, this question's for you. Which profession can create the vial of sand?
Alchemist.
Yay! Now, do you know how you get the recipe for the vial of sands?
From archaeology.
Yeah. And you can only get it if you're an alchemist.
Or you buy them out on the auction house like I did recently. Huh.
I got mine as a Christmas gift.
Yeah,
Nice.
I get mine as a gift from a great person. The Sniper and Allie both win.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay, Frasley, I gotta find you an easier one then.
Okay.
Okay, Anixia Lair is located in which zone?
Dustwallow Marsh.
Yay!
I should know this one because I farmed for that one. So
I just did it last night and got nothing.
I think it took me like 500 kills before I got it.
I'm still working on that one. I don't have it yet. So, Allie, where can we find you across the interwebs?
Well, to find me myself, probably on Twitter at AliandresK. If you want to find my show Dungeon Fables, you can go to at Dungeon Fable. Because Dungeon Fables is taken by someone who has a dead Twitter account that is mocking me by keeping the name I want.
Can't you message Twitter and see if they can cancel it?
I might. That's a good idea.
That's usually what I know people do.
All right.
I've got a media company called The Name I Wanted Was Taken. And Lady Emma, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Lady_Emma. And there is an underscore in my name.
And I am Frasley, and you can find the show at frasleycast.com. So until next week, be awesome.
Don't forget to eat my lot cookies.
Take care.
Oh, Ludra the Mage here.
And I'm Ben the Mage. Wait, I can hear you. You can talk again.
It's true, I can talk, and I want to talk about pets and battles and pretty things and skirts and floofies and pink octopi.
Whoa, hold on. If you keep talking like this, you're going to lose your voice again.
Oh, I don't want that to happen, Ben. What did I do?
Okay, well, that's good that you don't want that to happen. So, while Ludra is not talking to hold off and save her voice...
Make sure to check out Battle Pets episode 128, where we talk about a bit about new pets, boss battles, and you remind me of a game show that I haven't seen in years. And oh my gosh, the beta is going so well.
Now, Ludra, you said you weren't going to talk. What now? Are you even still able to talk?
I'm way more resilient than that. Remember the time that I made up the promo on the spot, and you spent all night editing because I wouldn't stop. Like, remember that one where I made the origami fire in front of you, and you were like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "Oh no, it's so great." And you're like, "No, it's on fire!" And I was like, "Oh yeah, and my desk is made of wood. And what do we do? What do we do?" And you're like, "Duh, you have water." And I was like, "Oh yeah, because I always drink the water on the show." And you're like, "Yeah, your desk is still on fire." And I went,
Welcome to the Frazzly Report, a short news report by me, Frazzly, the Awesome Gnome, to deliver your weekly World of Warcraft news. The Midsummer Fire Festival has been taking place this past week. This is the time of the year that honor the light that many have lit before us, and to not let the light of the Alliance, or the Horde if you desire, fade away. With all the pyrotechnics, the inhabitants of Teldrassil are not resting easy. There have been many rumors that Teldrassil may soon be burned. These rumors started circulating at BlizzCon 2017, and it has been keeping the Night Elves perched up in trees for many sleepless nights. Fire has generally been a thing not allowed in the Great Tree. Smoking had already been banned in 2007 due to health concerns of secondhand smoke. There have been many changes to the festival this year in Darnassus. All fires have been replaced with plastic fires. Alliance players can flip a switch to turn on the light, and Horde players can flip the switch to turn them off. This caused the classic game of fighting over the light that is common amongst siblings. One Horde Orc player ran off crying after an Alliance Worgen called them a meanie head. Thankfully no one got called a poopy head. It always made me cry as a kid. There is the matter of stealing the opposing faction's capital city fire. Alliance players are forbidden from bringing any fires to Darnassus, and Horde players are allowed to steal the flame, but are instead given a glow stick to represent the typical flame that is in the city. Oh, and fire juggling was replaced with the juggling of knives. The officials said at least it isn't on fire, but sadly there have been many injuries, and even one horrific fatality from it. The Spirit Healer has been on hand to help with any further injuries. This has been the Frazzly Report. I am Frazzly Sparkspan. You can find the show at frazzlyreport.com. Until next week, be awesome. Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.
Want more awesomeness every week? Visit weeklyawesome.com. Weekly podcasts to make your week better. Remember to smile and be awesome.